welcome back. Episode 44 of the Young Old Heads podcast. Shout out Madison Bumgarner, I think. If I'm wrong on that, that's a big L for me, but I'm one of your hosts, Tommy, aka TV Sports Cards, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host Max, aka Cards Max, aka Cards Max, Philly edition. Max, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Tommy, take the L. It's episode 40, which would be the Bumgarner episode. Bumgarner's jersey was 40. This is episode 44. This is the Julio Rodriguez episode. Serial number match. eBay 1 of 1, even though eBay 1 of 1s are true 1 of 1s when they are jersey number 1 of 1s. And I will put that in the title. Sorry, not sorry. I'm doing good. Julio Rodriguez's rookie cards are not a buy, not a sports analysis podcast, and all of that fluff out of the way. Happy half-year anniversary of the podcast. Okay, Tommy, how are we doing?
Man, that's a huge L for me that I forgot Mad Bum's number. Maybe it's McCovey that I'm thinking of. I'm going to have to look this one up. Anyway, Max, you were at a card show this week in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. How'd that go?
It went well. Your saving grace is that William McCovey's is 44. So, yeah, Tommy, I see you getting hyped for that right now. So this is my second time going to Philly. I went to Philly in December, the last time they had the show. I had mixed reviews. I didn't buy too much in December. My vintage brain was at like fetus level. It was non-existent. Oh yeah, that's not a political statement for the record. I'm just trying to use analogies.
It's a biology metaphor, Max. You got it.
It's a biology metaphor. But point being, my vintage knowledge did not exist. My card show experience was still growing. I did the 1-day bender in December, where I think I got at like an Amtrak at 5 a.m. and then I took an Amtrak back at like 9 p.m. And I did similar for this show, except with less trains and more driving. For the 1-day Philly's a 3-day show with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I did the 1-day bender on Saturday for a second time, and I had a lot more fun results. I saw and met a lot of people, so I don't want to say names because I'm going to forget someone that I met, and I'm going to be very upset at myself if I do. But there are a few people that I hung out with all day, and I'm so happy that I got to see more faces and talk to people and talk to real human beings and talk cards and get to value box with friends, because isn't that half what it's all about?
Value boxing with friends is a certified sponsored card show activity of the Young Old Heads podcast. Make sure to always value box with your friends. It makes for a better time. Speaking of which, I have more questions for you about Philly, Max, but do you want to tell the people what you're going to be up to next weekend?
Next weekend, I'm going to be sleeping on the floor of Tommy's house at the Chicago Spectacular. That's going to be a lot of fun. It is a 3-day show, if I'm not mistaken.
3-day show. I don't think you're going to be able to get me out there on Sunday, but we'll definitely be hitting up Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, we'll definitely be there Friday, Saturday. I will slog to Sunday, probably, or something. I think because I'm trying to, I know with these big time shows, it's a little bit stranger, right? Because I know when I went to Dallas, Sunday was dead. There were still some things getting done, but it was mostly dead. You could get a few last minute deals. People were set up. At Burbank, everyone left, maybe just due to the cross country flights. Burbank was dead on Sunday at like 9 a.m.
And Super Bowl.
Granted, that was the day of the Super Bowl. But there were so many people that just outright did not even go to the show on Sunday or went there to immediately pack up and then their flight home. Chicago, I don't know what to expect, and it really like dampens whether Sunday shows are worth going to in the first place. But given that Chicago is a larger area that I'm sure is recruiting many more people to attend, locally speaking, that I'm intrigued. And I didn't go to a card show to not buy cards.
I'm not worried about your ability to buy cards. I am excited to hear your kind of opinion, though, on the Midwest shows. I feel like you have not really been out here except for the National, right?
No. The last time I was in Chicago was in 2019. I ran the Chicago Marathon. And I've not been in Chicago or anywhere near the Midwest since.
So are you saying that you will run a marathon around the Spectacular throughout the weekend? Do you think you walk a full marathon for a 3-day show? I feel like you come close.
You definitely don't.
You definitely don't? I guess if you're not power walking enough. Well, all right,
Yeah, so, I mean, that would be like what would that be like? A lot of miles in
9 miles a day.
yeah, I was thinking no, well, marathon's 26.2.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 9, yeah. 3-day show, 9 miles a day. I was thinking 4 days.
All right. Well, enough of the math talk.
Yeah,
Did you?
mathematics.
What did So what went down in Philly? Who were you? What were you doing mainly? It seems like value box hunting, but how much showcasing were you doing?
It was a mix of both. So I started the day seeing one of these. I think I've this is my third copy of this that I've owned. Vladimir Guerrero Sapphire PSA 10. I saw that, which is a card that I know the market really well on, and I saw a Fernando Tatis Finest rookie auto like immediately when I walked in the room, and I'm like, okay, boom, prices. I'm gonna be at this 800, 900, boom, 850, whatever, done deal. Like just get the juices flowing, and it's interesting because like the Philly Expo Center in general has like so many different not I don't want to say rooms because rooms is but like buildings kind of, if I'm saying that right. And they're all like meant for conventions. Like there's a pet expo, there was a gymnastics competition in some of the other buildings. And of course there's the Philly Card Show. And this was in a different expo building than the one that was in December. So it's like I kind of knew the geography of the room, except like rotated 90 degrees. And it really threw me off. Cause I think like the entrance of the show last time was like blocked off, structurally in my mind where I would have entered before was like blocked off. It's like rotated weird. And that just really confused my head because I went to the show in December, even though it was a different expo center building, but they all like functionally look alike. Anyways, so I just knew to jump right into the cards that I saw, and I stumbled onto some T206. I so no, I did my first modern deal. I did a few vintage deals that didn't go because people don't like to negotiate, which isn't fun. And then I found some T206s of some New York Highlanders cards. The New York Yankees became the Yankees in 19 I think it's like 1916 or 1911, something like that. Tommy's shaking his head. He knows ball. And so before that they were the Highlanders. So I've kind of loosely told myself, "Oh, I'll make a New York Highlanders type of run." And then I bought 2 Highlanders. You have to pay strong on the T206 just because it's like you can't find them anywhere. I don't know if it's a personal pickup. I don't know if it's a flip, but I do know that they're centered in gorgeous cards. So that's like how I started my day. And then it just transitioned to like seeing people I know, talking to people I know. At one point I'm thinking like I've been with people I know too much. I need to buy more cards. I did come here to talk and enjoy friends, but it's like I came here to buy cards. I am a card.
If you see Max at a card show, just make sure that you're also actively trying to buy cards while talking. Man,
No, no, no.
I know I'm fucking with you, but I'm excited, Max, for you to make your trip out here for Chicago. I think it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna buy. I think I might get you to pull out a phone and record some videos potentially for content purposes. But we'll definitely be recording live from Tommy's apartment, which will be dope.
Yeah, live from Tommy's apartment,
The
going
people
through our collections, going through the card backpack.
that'll be exciting. You mentioned that you went to Philly before, and that before you didn't have as much vintage knowledge. Do you think that like how much do you think that impacted your experience this time? Like I feel like last time you were kind of underwhelmed with the show.
It made it more fun because there was more that I could look at and understand and also evaluate. Pretty much any big modern dealer that maybe would have gone to Philly if the Philly show did not have any conflicting shows that weekend, probably would have went to Philly, but they all went to Dallas. So the modern selection was even more watered down than what it usually is. Some people said, "Oh, there was more modern than I thought," but like this was a very vintage kind of heavy show. I obviously, the vast majority of my pickups were all modern, but from a walking standpoint, it made it more enjoyable, having some more things to look at and consume. And overall, my impression of the show was that it's a very strong. It is the vintage show of the country. Like it is the Dallas equivalent for vintage. And cards are cards. I'm here to consume cards, figuratively. And commute wise, it made more sense to do Philly, especially because I kind of expected that because Chicago would be more modern heavy, that maybe I'd be spending more. So I don't know if I could have done like a Dallas and a Chicago batting back to back, in under 10 days. But the vintage aspect of Philly, let me explore a little bit.
I will say that Chicago is going to see, you're definitely going to see a lot of vintage at the Chicago show as well. It's not going to just be like modern stuff. I mean, there's definitely a lot of big modern dealers that'll be there, but there's also some pretty, expansive vintage dealers. So I'm interested to see what you come out of that show with in terms of like percentage of your pickups and stuff. Usually I end up walking out with like 20% vintage. Maybe I'll find like one or two cards that I thought were cool. And then mostly some modern value box hunting. There is one guy that will have to immediately go hit up Max for value boxing, like immediately upon entrance, and is why I want you to get the sneak peek badge so we can literally just walk in, walk straight to that value box, and just dive together for like.
Okay, we're doing the sneak peek.
Yeah, we got to do the sneak peek. It's worth it.
It's worth the $40.
No, it's worth it's worth getting the 3-day deal for you, right? Like
I don't know how it works. I'm nuanced. I'm a smooth brain.
$40 gets you 3-day pass plus sneak peek.
What does $25 do?
1 day.
What?
Yeah, dude. Or
Oh,
25 gets you in Friday sneak peek.
And what is there a 2-day weekend deal?
No.
And $15 is GA.
Yeah.
General admission.
I think it might be, yeah, it's 15.
Okay, so the market, so it's like it's 15, 15, 25, but you get all of it for 40.
Yeah.
Okay, and preview day Friday is really important, right?
It's just a good thing because like Friday usually is pretty busy early on, so it's good to get in there early and kind of like get the lay of the land without anyone.
I'm a man of the cards, but I don't want to get scammed. Like the Dallas card show, $150 for the 4-day pass. When Thursday, no one really. Thursday's a little desolate. Sure, you can spend as much money as you can walk in as soon as you walk into the room on Thursday, but like Thursday's a bit of a dead day, and it's $15 general admission, and you're paying $150 for a 4-day pass. That's like kind of a scheme. I don't really. I mean, usually I say scheme in like a good way, but that's like a bad scheme.
No. This is the spectacular.
There's value to it.
The spectacular is a scheme on the food and drink side, but not on the admission price side. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, I am weak for like $18 chicken nuggets and fries.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try to avoid that. We're gonna go out and fucking have a dinner in Chicago, Max.
We're gonna have dinner in Chicago.
We're gonna have a drink.
Yeah, we can roll bars.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. So expect to be overloaded with young old heads, pictures, and content over the next week.
Yeah, Tommy, we got like 2 pictures together in the national. Did we did get 2 pictures, right?
No, but then we got some at Bleecker too.
Okay, wait, what Bleecker?
What are you talking about? What Bleecker, dude? You literally sold me the biggest card of my life at Bleecker,
oh yeah,
like 5 months ago.
Oh yeah, how's that card doing?
Have we ever told the story about how we saw Jon Stewart at lunch after that?
John who?
Jon Stewart.
We saw Jon Stewart?
Yeah, at the pizza place. Do you not remember this?
No, I don't think I cared.
Dude, you're tripping balls. After me and Max went to Bleecker, this must have been like August or September in New York. We went to this pizza place around the corner, and we literally saw Jon Stewart eating right next to us. And Max does not remember this, so I'm sure he'll get some hate for that.
I'm right. I totally do not remember that. Tommy went to New York because he was working for Lloyd and he was doing stuff with Barstool Big Cat. So he didn't come out just to see me, although that is a reason for a lot of people to fly into New York just to see me.
Yeah.
But
come on,
joking, unless. But no, that was some good pizza at Bleecker Street, and that was when it wasn't any formal event. I just handed off the Buster Posey Topps Chrome Refractor Autograph Beckett 9.5. Is it a mint gem, or is it?
See, these are things I don't give a fuck about. The mint gem
Refractor out of 65 auto. Is that right? It's out of 65?
Out of 90, but the last 10 are green. So it's like technically out of 80, but it was also a redemption. So who knows how many were redeemed, etc.
Okay, but that does have something that you do care about. It does have the new top stickers, auto sticker. It doesn't have the old ones.
It has the clear one. Did you see that thing on Twitter about the Ryan Howard that I sent?
Oh, I love that. So Ryan Howard in 2023 Top Series 1 has insert autographs, and he doesn't. The sticker autographs aren't clear like the more modern, most 2010s and 2020s Topps sticker autographs. They're like the silvery autographs from like the early 2000s, and where you can tell that Topps had just had these stickers in a warehouse for years, and they're just trying to put some use into them. But it's such a throwback to like the cooler Topps Chrome cards.
Yeah, I met a guy at Shipshawana the other last or 2 weekends ago, last weekend, who went to the Fleer auction. Do you know about the Fleer auction, Max?
No, I don't.
So when Fleer went bankrupt, there is like this big auction in New York of all their inventory,
Okay.
and this guy was there, and you could buy like pre-production proofs of like previous sets, a lot of like reverse negative printing plate sort of shit, but
Yeah.
also a ton of sticker autos and like game use memorabilia and like assorted randomness. He was telling me he's the premier Larry Johnson collector. So he literally said he bought whatever he did just to get like the Larry Johnson rare shit or whatever. But if you're ever looking to go through like a Wikipedia rabbit hole, Max, look into the Fleer auction. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, probably will.
I got a package, Max, this week from a loyal Young Old Heads listener.
Okay, wait,
Who?
before you get into that, how is the card? The Buster Posey auto.
How is it?
How
It's
is
it's it's deep in my closet slash hidden somewhere slash I probably should
is
put
it
it in a
being
safety deposit box.
enjoyed and like cherished?
Yeah, it's getting cherished. I
I
actually
mean, I
had
don't
that
mean
thought.
to cherish it, but I mean like I don't know. I love learning the lore of a card.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm keeping it kind of low key for now. I think I'm kind of waiting till I move into my own place and like have a nicer situation to do like a really cool like setup of all my nice posy cards and stuff. Like,
You're not doing the degenerate live with college friends forever.
no, sadly, I'll be moving out of my apartment at the end of May.
Really? You're living on your own after that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my own place now with the new job and everything. Gonna put down some serious roots here in Chicago and kind of be here long term. I'm excited about it.
And then start a family.
No, not, I'm 24 years old, Max. Not it's not my
But is
maybe a
Chicago
cards
want to
family.
live forever?
I'm gonna build a cards family.
But are you going to live in Chicago? Oh, okay. Some slabs fell on the floor. Whoops. Are you going to stay in Chicago forever?
This is a ridiculous episode. I'm in Chicago for at least the next 5 years. I can tell you that.
Okay, 5.
That's like extremely long term thinking. I don't even know if I assume I can say that. Who knows though?
Imagine what you can get in 5 years worth of cards.
You can get. I might go a lot. I mean, considering the last year, I don't know. The next couple of years are gonna be crazy. Anyway, the Pester Posey is chilling, Max. It's a
Okay.
good. It's
You tuck
still
it in the bed each
that
night?
and my Steph Curry Gold are the two crown jewels in my collection. You know,
Yes.
everything else circles around those.
Josh L. Chin, who I'm pretty sure does not listen to the podcast, but drove down with me with Philly. He has a PSA 6 Gold Curry, and I think he cracked it, and it became a Beckett 7.5 Curry. But it reminds me of your Gold Curry, in that
That's
both of them are just very low grades. His is a little bit better than yours.
yeah.
His
It's
was a PSA 6 for the longest time. Yours was a PSA. I mean, you haven't graded it yet, right?
no. I think I might send it in with a Slab Mafia.
You have to give it like a 3 for the culture.
No, I'm doing Beckett subgrades. I feel
Really,
like
I think PSA slab is so much sleeker.
nah, but Beckett subgrades is so much more.
Okay, I'm doing an RCR order in Chicago,
Okay.
so you can throw that in if you want, or you can just do the encapsulation.
I don't give a fuck about RCR, dude. Except
No,
if
but
it's by DCI.
what?
I said except by DCI.
Except by DCI, yes. Oh, just get it in the DCI label, and then it's like DCI 2.
Dude, Jason, I need to actually maybe do that. If Jason's gonna be in Chicago, I might have to do that.
No, that would be fun. But
Um,
just also get that curry in as many slabs as possible. Just a complete anti Tommy.
oh, that'd be hilarious. That's
You know,
actually that can be like Young Old Heads like 3.0 content.
are we at 2.0 yet, or are we transitioning to 2.0?
I think we're in 2.0 now.
We're in 2.0.
Maybe more like
Is Young Old Heads hobby full-time hobby? Young Old Heads 2.0? Is that the transition?
yeah. Well, now that I'm not gonna be working at LEDX, I feel like that kind of ends like the first, kind of
The arc.
the first arc of the Young Old Heads.
I mean, we're 8 episodes away from 1 year.
Yes, we are, and that will be pretty sick. I'm excited.
And I feel like, I mean, I feel like we started the podcast in like April. I feel like because I was still in college. I was still in college when we were doing the podcast.
Yeah,
Like I know we've been extremely diligent in once per week, but like maybe there's like a week or so we skipped or something like that. Because like I feel like, well, I guess 6 weeks from now would be end of April.
yeah. I think we literally have missed 1 week.
That doesn't make sense. So how are we on 44?
We have a bonus episode.
Okay, that's 45.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is just like one of those like young old heads lore episodes that just get tossed into the treasure trove.
this one.
Yeah.
This is definitely a random one if you're tuning in. But
Yeah.
Max, moving to cards, I have
Isn't this
here.
card so sick? Yeah, you just got dunked on. Look at this Clemente. It's so cool.
All
Okay,
right,
now you
people listening, what's cooler, Cody Ross Hope Diamond 2011 from at Old Man 28 or Max's Roberto Clemente?
that isn't even mine anymore.
You sold it already?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy. At
It's
Old Man
it's
28
going
though.
to good hands. I can say that.
Yeah, he gave me a Cody Ross 2011 Hope Diamond, which is
Based on
insane.
what's left.
We've talked about Hope Diamonds. They're the greatest. If you don't own a Hope Diamond or never seen one in person, highly recommend it. If you can find one for a good deal. He also sent me my first retrofractor from 2001, which is
Oh,
pretty sick.
that pops.
Do you
That
know
looks,
about retrofractors?
I don't understand the name differentiation. Is it that they're like vintage stocky on the back, which I guess is all vintage stock, and then like shiny on the front?
Yeah. Actually, Max, I have an idea for you. Can you give me this is a fake new segment called Tommy comes up with an idea and you tell me if it's cool or not. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Every year for Heritage, I want them to take. They already did it this year. They took out the veteran SSPs, right? Not veteran. The
Throwback.
legend
Wait.
Max from Flagship. You know how Flagship used to have like
Yeah.
Babe Ruth?
Yeah, I
They
know.
took,
It has like the
they,
Babe Ruth. It has the Clementes. It has the everyone else.
yeah. So instead of doing that, this is my proposal to Tops is every year for Heritage, whatever year Heritage it is, like from the past, you take like the top rookies from that year. So let's say it's like 1989 has Ken Griffey, Randy Johnson, Gary Sheffield, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know that we're far away from that year, but those guys get like ultra SSSPs, like photo variation, like a rookie, quote unquote, rookie cards in the Heritage set as like legend SSSP rookie cards with like rookie logo and shit. Is that cool or not cool?
I think it's cool. I think one of the things that I detest the most is post playing career cards.
Yeah.
Like I hate like Wilt Chamberlain 2014 Prisms.
Yeah,
I
that's what
I
I'm
don't
trying
pick
to like.
that, but I think he does.
Is there
But
anything to make them cool though?
I think not milking it makes it cool. Like if you don't have a Willie McCovey in every single set since 1970, then it's cool. If they've just been using Willie McCovey's name and likeness at every single opportunity, it's not cool. I mean, we have Willie McCovey cards, but they're like relics and autos and like triple threads. And that's kind of cool, but it's also like not cool since it's like, okay, there's a billion of them. But the rookie logo, base card, SSP chase has a shot. The thing is, and this is the unfortunate truth, modern collectors don't exist. And if you're collecting modern, excuse me, let me rephrase this properly. Niche set collecting is near dead for modern. And if you do it, you pretty much are doing it at dirt cheap prices or doing it at an extreme financial loss. And that is heartbreaking.
Are you following this guy who's doing the Ultra S or the SSP bounty chase?
I do not follow.
There's this guy on TikTok. It's like at Uncommon App or something. He's doing. I think he finally completed it, but he was doing the Blowout Forums $250,000 SSP complete set chase thing. He was doing all the math and like I'm gonna spend this much ripping, and then I'm gonna fill it in on this much per card, and I'm gonna make this much money on it. I don't think he's like. I think he's making like 100K total, which is dope, but like a lot of risk involved, obviously, and a little crazy. But I like that kind of incentive thing. I know
Well,
that
And here's the pill. It doesn't even matter until update releases. Like being the first to do the first person to get all of the SSP golden mirrors for Series 1 and Series 2, that's cool. You can do that whenever you want. You don't need to pay the first to list premiums, because then once update is released, that's when the last 300 or 400 or however many are out. That's when the last ones for the full set are needed. That's when they're released. That's when you have to start paying up if you're doing that.
I wonder if it includes update or not. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm like 90% sure. It will definitely include Series 2.
Yeah, so maybe he's might be just capping, telling people that he's done with it. I mean, now that I'm realizing Series 2 also counts, I'm stupid for that, but whatever. I think that was brought up though at the Topps industry conference, Max, this idea of like set collecting is dead and modern sets and stuff. And I think people were kind of trying to get Topps to encourage them to like incentivize set building with like things like the incentive, thing. I think there's ways of doing it where like I think that they used to do this kind of in the junk wax era
It's
too,
all
where
free.
you're like, you bring in a set, you get a card or whatever.
Yeah. It's all three. It's Series 1, Series 2 update. There's 990 total, 330 in each release.
Jesus Christ. That's crazy. This dude, I hope this dude knows that.
I hope
Anyway,
this dude loses to me.
I have a couple cards I want to talk about though, Max, real quick.
Yeah,
If you don't mind.
I
There is
mind.
a soccer card that I want to talk about with you that I want to ask if you've ever seen before.
Okay.
It's a 2004 Cristiano Ronaldo plus Freddie Adu dual card.
I've not seen before.
This is iconic to me. I mean, I don't really do soccer cards, but Freddie Adu was like, I feel like a vivid memory to me of like US soccer hope is here. And since he's on a card with Cristiano Ronaldo, who actually is legitimately like a GOAT, I love that shit. And also US soccer. How can you not love the lovable losers? Max, are you following the World Baseball Classic at all?
I'm following Team USA plays.
Team USA. I mean, Great Britain, ridiculous team. I'm not really a fan of these dudes who like have like very loose connections to these countries being able to represent them. Have you
I
followed
don't
that
like
at
that
all?
Freddie Freeman is in Team Canada. Respectfully.
Yeah, and like Trace Thompson's playing for Great Britain. Like that's literally Clay Thompson's
I
brother.
did not know that. Who's on the Great Britain roster, if you know offhand?
Probably just all American dudes, to be honest. But I love seeing Shohei hit bombs in wherever are they playing the games in Japan? I don't know, but it's pretty cool to see him hit like a deep bomb there and the crowd's reaction and everything. I bought a box of that Topps World Baseball Classic. Did you buy any of those?
I want to buy them. I'm thinking about buying them. They're still in stock, right?
Yeah, I think if you look, Max, at like the history though of World Baseball Classic cards, there actually is a pretty solid like market for them long term, especially sealed stuff. I saw is like kind of crazy. There's
Yeah,
some
no, the market's there. The thing is, it just takes like 6 months for them to actually ship it. They are so frustratingly annoying with how long it takes for them to ship stuff like that.
yeah, true. I sent it
Where
all.
I don't even want to put the money in.
I sold it. I sent it to my parents' house because I don't even know where I'm going to live by the time it ships. I had the same thought,
Yeah, we
but
love our parents on this podcast.
I remember I made my dad buy me the 2006 I think World Baseball Classic Upper Deck set, and that set is like not rare at all, but it's like the first World Baseball Classic set. Some pretty cool cards in there if you're looking to buy some cheap World Baseball Classic stuff. First World Baseball Classic could have some theoretically long term cool aspects to it. There's some cool
I've
triple
been
threads
thinking,
and relics
okay,
throughout
I've
the
been
years.
thinking about dabbling in the tops now for World Baseball Classic. That seems fun.
The 2017 Tops Now ones, those are pretty rare.
No, the 2023 ones.
Oh, you're saying you're gonna buy some Tops Now cards?
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, we're
At
too
least
early
those
though.
actually take 2 weeks to ship, and those don't take 2 months.
True. Hey, interesting full circle moment for the Young Old Heads podcast, talking about Tops Now. Always our favorite topic, but I think
Yeah. Oh, wait, now I'm really thinking, like, there's probably a lot of people who get their first cards or something like that.
yeah,
Uh,
there's a
hmm.
history of there's a history of some early World Baseball Classic cards. If you do want to go down like a TCDB rabbit hole or eBay rabbit hole, searching World Baseball Classic tops and upper deck cards, definitely cool history there. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Mac,
Interesting.
I already got Max looking, and he is maybe distracted.
Maybe. Maybe I'm looking at the Carlos Rodon has a print run of 413 when signed to the Yankees. Tops Now card.
Mm.
The off season top now cards are always interesting. I'm looking now. I don't think Otani has a card for this year yet. I'm looking that Roki Sasaki does. I think I'm gonna buy that. Do you know who he is?
No, who is that?
He's like disgusting in Japan.
Is he a pitcher or hitter?
He's a pitcher.
Oh, is this that like phenom pitcher that they have?
Yeah, like I look for my fantasy baseball draft each year that has like obscenely deep like minor league rosters. I like look at Fangraphs and I look at the international prospects and I see his name like every year, but it's like, oh, I can't draft him because he's international. But no, he's gross.
Interesting. I
If
definitely
he
fuck
is
with it.
yeah, Roki Sasaki. He is 21. I don't know when he gets posted.
That's sick.
Yeah, it says, according to Fangraphs, if he were a college prospect in the U.S., he'd be in the conversation for the 2023 draft's top pick.
Damn,
They
that's
compared him. Okay, he became the LeBron James of Japanese baseball in the process and was the first pick in the 2019 MPB draft, which was in remarks to him cementing a legacy in high school, in which he had a stretch where he was asked to throw nearly 500 pitches in an 8-day span, including a 12-inning complete game where he hit the game-winning 2-run homer.
Yeah, that'll turn you into a legend pretty quick.
Yeah, so really, like, okay, so this card, it goes out of stock in 18 hours. I made DGen pack buy a 20 pack because is this his first card? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he's in one of those tops and NBD or MBL.
Yeah, he probably is. He's probably is, but like, still,
People love
I
the
don't
Red Baseball
know.
Classic. Collectors do.
Yeah, collect moment. Like, if Otani had cards from this era, it'd be like just as crazy,
Isn't
Like,
that kind of though what his like first like that Bowman Mega Box card of him is kind of?
yeah, but hey, it's at least licensed.
Yeah, no, that's a cool
Did
card.
you know
Like
there's 2022 Bowman for MPB?
I
Roki Sasaki, part of my mispronunciation. So he's in Topps Chrome for MPB. He's in Bowman for MPB. And then there's some of the Japanese sets.
that's legit.
This is like, and then I don't know what BBM is, but he's in BBM. That's probably like a legit like set that's not domestic.
It would be cool to have someone on Max eventually who's like an expert in like the internet the like international baseball card market for those types of stuff because I don't really see them or
Look
whatever.
at the card I just texted you.
Oh look,
We're gonna
even though
put
I
this
have
on.
do not disturb on.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I told you about it
Good.
just now.
My
We're
your previous text to me is this freaking 2013 Topps Update Prince George of Cambridge Royal Baby SSP that sold for $110. Can't believe that's
Yeah,
real.
that is a cool card. Look at that Roki Sasaki card. I don't know if that's an image variation or not. That's cool.
That is cool. All right, I'm in on this guy. I'm in.
Yeah, he is now the official sports analysis poster boy of this podcast.
Hey, you got to be
The
looking
LeBron
for
James
niche.
fan,
This
according to Fangraphs.
this is in line with our talks about minor league baseball cards in the previous episodes about like how cool those can be and like unique collectability of those. I feel like this is a similar type topic.
Yeah, and I remember like Seiya Suzuki had some similar hype with like his MPP cards, and then people just stopped caring.
Well,
Like honestly,
yeah, but he wasn't that good, and like
I mean, he's not bad, but I mean, not
imagine
great.
if
He's 28. Sasaki's 21. I'm 23. Tommy's 24. Like, add it all up.
add it all up, divide by 5, and that's what you get. We're all cards, Max. That's what we are.
We are all cards, even though I named 4 people.
All right, Max. I have one more real update for you. We're gonna transition this real quick, and then I'm gonna end this because this is pure nonsense. But I finally my ComC update from my order from November. I submitted cards in November. Economy, 50 cents per card. They're finally trickling into my account now in March. 5 months later, the deadline for them to get them in is March 23rd, so they still have some time. But I've already sold 20 cards, Max. 20 cards have been sold already out of this, all for less than like $5, and they all have been for profit, or I mean, profit as in over 50 cents. And I'm already buying some cool cards with the money, but I'm happy. Some of the highlights include a 2022 Topps Update green foil John Gray out of 499. You've never heard of that guy. It sold for 75
What are you
cents. Let's
talking
go.
about? I know ball. I know Colorado Rockies pitcher John Gray.
Well, I also sold a Bobby Witt 1987 35th anniversary paper card for $1.20. I sold a Julio Rodriguez rookie debut paper for 250. 250. Um, Other things that I sold include a 2016 Select Demontis Sabonis for $2.30. Nice one there. And then I'll give one more for you. I sold a Trey Murphy Hoops Blue for $1.89. I mean, that's just free money right there, Max.
Yeah, free money that you have to wait 6 months for to sell, and that you are paying 50 cents per for the risk of them not even selling.
Yes, but for fun, right?
I mean, it's the equivalent of lighting like $3 cards on fire. You can't even light the 50-cent cards on fire because you have to pay for them to be ingested.
Well, I'm not doing anything below 50 cents, but I am having fun checking my ComC, seeing what's selling. I am almost at break even, at least in terms of revenue off this. So as long my whole goal is to at least break even, because then I'm
Break
turning.
even from the 50-cent fees that you imposed on yourself.
Yeah, but like I'm paying that much. I'm turning $80 or whatever into $150 or $250, somewhere in that range. Because these are cards I don't give a fuck about, dude. Like, I'm not gonna grind eBay and do eBay standard envelope like you do. I'm not doing that. I
You
just,
just
I
like,
just can't.
I don't know, send them to like a Twitter consignor or something, and then you're into them for $0 and making all profit.
Well, I've been trying to get you to be my stack seller, but you don't want to do it.
I have like there's a billion people that are really good at it.
Who
I
should who should I give them to? Then give me a rec for who
give
should
them
I
to the
send
Logan's
my
League.
cards. Who? Logan?
Give them to Logan's League. I don't want to say specifically who, but
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was told by, someone that I met at Philly that they literally just go through value boxes, okay? They'll find cards that are not like the more commonly movable ones, not necessarily like the hardcore like okay, you pulled a Kyle Schwarber 5th year parallel, not those, not including those, but like using the example of like Freddie Freeman Bowman Platinums, Bowman Platinum rookie cards. We saw them in a dollar box at $5. Okay. They sell on eBay for 5 to 7, and you negotiate, you get it down to $3. You will buy them, send to the Logan. Logan gets 25%. Let's say the card sells for like $5 to 7. Okay, Logan, gets paid the dollar to two to list it. That's all outsourced. And then the person who buys it gets their $3 back plus like a few more bucks. It's like literally buying it from the value box and then directly outsourcing it to Logan's League.
I'm doing something with our boy
That's
HP Miller.
that's a scheme.
My new move for
Oh, I love H. Miller.
uh,
I approve.
Hayden's the man. Every
Hayden,
time he goes to a card show now and is going to spend like a good amount of time going through dollar bins, I'm going to give him a budget that I'm willing to spend on my PC with him, and he's going to go value box hunting for my PC with a little tip. What do you think about that?
oh, I love that. Especially PC. It's like because you think like Hayden's high IQ. He's high card IQ. Okay,
Yeah,
like he knows ball in regards to like which tops cards fuck. Sorry, Mister 2-star reviewer, and which cards don't. So you get that's someone that you can entrust to like, and you can't like outsource that. You can't like, I mean, you're obviously outsourcing it to Hayden, but you can't like hire someone formally in that. It's like you need like a really solid bargain valuer and someone who knows cards.
yeah,
And I approve that you entrust him.
yeah. He's
He's someone I would entrust.
This is a pilot program. My new idea, Max, that now that I'm not going to be working with LEDX and being able to travel to as many shows, is how can
Travel
I
more shows or
beat?
travel less?
Well, I'm just going to be going to less shows, traveling less, the whole thing.
Ooh, cards forever.
Cards are forever, dude. This
No,
podcast is not going anywhere.
no, it's not.
But
It's
I
not.
I want to be everywhere. Like I've realized shows are the number one place to get deals, and I'm tired of like I want to be everywhere and be able to have people looking for my PC everywhere. And it would be dope if I could make enough money to like have minions in every region of the US looking for my PC at card shows. Like that's my crazy dream
And
right now.
by PC, it's like you're enlisting them. Okay, Clay Thompson and cool Giants, and to a lesser extent Warriors from like 2000 on,
Yes.
and like interesting, provoking non-sport, especially
Yes.
music.
Exactly. Relevant non-sport. Yeah, it's I think it needs to like at least with Hayden, he just has been like we've been
Yeah,
homies for so long
and
and stuff.
especially like Bo Buie and anyone Northwestern.
I mean, if you find the Boo Booey Superfractor Max, I do still have a $50 bounty out for that. So if anyone has any word of where the Boo Booey Bowman Superfractor is, I will be the buyer.
Did you
Um,
see did you see what happened with the Ben Joyce bounty hunt?
no, what happened? Who even is
So
that?
22's cards, who talked to a ton at Philly, great guy. Um, he put out a bounty on this like random Angels prospect from Bowman Draft, who I think both he's really big on. Also, he's like an Angels fan, and he wanted to like put a chase on him and just like get the super and get all the red autos. And he put like a 2.5K bounty on the super, and he put a 1K bounty on the Reds. So like if you find them, you give it him, you get $1,000 for a Bowman Chrome draft pitcher auto. Okay, this is not he's not even the biggest name that the Angels drafted that year. He was I mean I don't want to just shit on this prospect. Yeah, he was a third round pick drafted 89th overall. Okay. And there's $2,500 in the super. And someone pulled the super and like put it on his post of the and so like the finder's fee or oh excuse me the bounty post. I think he did have finder's fees. Like the bounty post, it actually worked. It actually found the super fractor, this really obscure guy.
That's insane. I did not
Yeah.
see that.
So I think they're then like he commented, I think they're DMing back and forth. I don't know if they're negotiating about it. And then two other people were like, wow, looking for this, interested. And like, wow, I really had my eyes on this. Glad it turned up. And then like you're doing this in the replies of the bounty post of the guy who's willing to spend like more, $2,500, a quarter of $10,000 on a third round pitcher auto. And it's like you're really gonna try to like outbid him, not even just outbid him because it's like, oh, he's paying way more than maybe way more than it's worth to begin. But it's like you're trying to cockblock the person trying to collect the superfractor auto of a third round picked 89th overall. Excuse me, 89th overall. It's like, what do you come on? Are you serious? Is this really cards? Is this really
It,
cards right
it is
now?
really cards. It is cards.
You gotta be carding me.
All right, Max. You get one more anecdote deal that you get to talk about, and then I'm shutting you down.
No, and then we're doing eBay buys and sells.
Dude, we've done too much.
Oh my god.
All right,
Um,
fine.
oh,
We
this is
gotta
cool.
just go
This is
straight
cool.
into
This was an
eBay
eBay
buys
buy.
then.
Off the cuff, this was an eBay buy. So this is Tucker Davidson's Orange Sapphire. Okay.
Nice.
Tucker Davidson was a rookie in 2021. Okay. In one of my bulk lots, I bought a 2022 Topps Chrome Sapphire, Tucker Davidson Orange Sapphire to 2022, second year. As I'm trying to comp it, I see his 2021 rookie Sapphire, orange out of 25, labeled as a 2022.
Oh,
It's actually the 2021 rookie, and it's there for $3 in shipping. And
cop.
I knew Tuck. I mean, I didn't know him personally, but like I knew him as a prospect. He like kind of broke out in like double A ish. He's a little bit on the older side, but I think there's some potential. I don't know if he's so brave. So I immediately bought it for like $5 shipped, and I listed my 2022 second year at like $10. And I think I'm gonna list this for like 20. So we'll see how that goes. But that was kind of a fun flip and making the most of like the mislabeled year on the eBay listing.
I love that. Big fan of that eBay purchase and flip real quick. I'll just talk about one quick eBay buy. I am very bullish on this set, and I'm honestly probably remiss for even mentioning it on the podcast because I think it's going to turn people onto it a little bit. But in 2003, Upper Deck SP Authentic Golf, there are these Tiger Woods cards that are all numbered. They're all serial numbered, and they're all serial numbered out of like 2000 more or less. They're
Yeah.
numbered out of years he won tournaments. So it's like 2000, 2002, whatever. You can find them from anywhere to like 3 to 20 to $30. $3 though is kind of where I just kind of cop them. I just buy them. I've been buying them for a while, just like these high serial numbered Tiger Woods cards that came in this one set. I think they're pretty cool looking cards. They're a nice finish to them. Anything serial numbered Tiger just like doesn't really pop up. I know Tiger Woods is like kind of sometimes a hot topic in the hobby because he kind of has weird cards. He's like, as a goat of any sport, is always kind of mentioned in terms of like quote unquote undervalued, whatever bullshit sort of stuff. But I've been just scooping up these high numbered Tiger cards. Got one for $5 the other day. I was hyped about it. Little sneak peek into what I hoard over here in my collection.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun collecting thing.
It is
Max,
a fun collecting thing. Um, yeah, we'll wrap it up in a second. Going over eBay buys, I bought some fun PSA 9s to crack. I don't know if they'll be successful, but I bought 2 Erling Haaland Sapphires from 2019, his rookie year, PSA 9s. I bought a Luka Doncic Hollow PSA 9, and I bought a Zion Williamson Silver Prism PSA 9, and those are fun. And as of now, I have had my cards from the Ty Cobb trade for maybe, I think I got them Wednesday, so maybe 3 to 4 full days. I have not done anything today because I was burnt out from Philly, and I got them like Wednesday afternoon. So really like 2 days and then like 2 half days. And I think I've recouped like $3,000 from the Cobb already, and I still have a good bit of inventory to go.
what were you in on the Cobb for again?
4750.
All right, we got to do an update next week then. See how
Yeah,
much.
so that's like the current update of like I'm like I think I have a spreadsheet. It's just like not updated with like 2 or 3 more cards that I sold. So I'm like 90% sure I've like broken 3,000 or I'm like bordering it. So we'll do the weekly update. We'll see how long it'll take for me to churn it and get back to either profit on the card or break even. And I hope I get to buy more soon because those cards are fucking dank. Like the coolest thing about Philly, I know Tommy,
No, I
Mo,
was gonna say, let me say, suck it, Keith Olbermann.
yeah, suck it, Keith Olbermann. Um, is that like the thing with vintage is like none of these cards or some of them pop up at open auction, but like they don't pop up at open auction often, regardless of like sure Cobbs have like a few T206 Red Portrait Cobbs. There's like a few hundred probably in the pot, maybe like low few thousands. I think it's like a good bit, but like some of the more obscure ones, like you can see a card at Philly and it wouldn't have hit auction in like 5 years. Sometimes.
Did you see anything like that this weekend that you remember offhand or not? We can just skip that.
This was in like this missed connection deal that I was talking about earlier. It actually like so kind of annoyed me. There was a 1955 Bowman Mickey Mantle PSA 2. It looked sharp for a PSA 2. The card of the podcast is of course 1955 Willie Mays and 1955 Mickey Mantle. That's what we use for the card, the logo of the podcast pretty much, and we mimic the exact poses. Podcast fun fact. So I saw a 52 Bowman Mantle, and I don't know what it was. I think it was like this. I don't think it was Allen and Ginter, but I think it was like a card from 1887, and it was a PSA 1, and I was card laddering it, and like a PSA 1.5 did like 350 or something like that, and he was stickered at 350 or something like that. I hate to just butcher on the details, but it was just like a dank card that just did not have any recent sales. I had no idea who it was, and I'm like, this is like anything. I think like pre 1900s. That's when it's like this thing is just cool.
Yeah, that's museum piece type shit. That's cool.
Yeah,
Well,
and then so in essence, I attributing to the like how hard they are to get out of people's hands. I think he was stickered at 900. I tried to get him to 800, and he's like, no. And I'm like, well, I'm like 325. He's like, oh, I'm stickered at 350. I'll do 325. I'm stickered at like 550. I'll do 525. Like, that's it. Take it or leave it. And I'm like, you are killing me. I have to pass. But
sucks.
because you were above comps on the mantle to begin with. But that's my little vent and story. But like, there are like the more I'm diving into the rabbit hole, the more I'm enjoying it. With the biggest premise of that, like it's not necessarily even about the players. I am most intrigued about the history and then relevantly the scarcity of cards
I think we
and how
entered Young Old Heads 2.0 when you started going into vintage.
that could be it. Like there's like the strip cards and the coupon cards, There's caramel cards, which are cool. There's I don't like really dig the oversized as much. I don't think they look as cool. But
Fuck oversized vintage. I don't think they're cards. I'm out on that.
this is card history. This is
Yeah,
card education.
and
I've gotten my PhD. I'm literally like pursuing like a second master's thesis right now.
I can't wait to argue about if 1910 oversized things are cards with you going forward.
Yeah, I'm a smooth brain right now. I can't help you, my brother in Christ.
Ah,
But I do know I bought a lot of cards. I spent more money in one day than I've ever done in my life with cards.
hell yeah. That's dope.
And I love cards.
Cards. We are
Cards.
cards. We will see you guys next week.
I am a card.
Peace out.